quiet. No. Shush. So let me tell y'all, because this is perfect. Welcome to another video with the Crown Priestess. My dogs was already turning up. And when I was channeling for this collective reading, lo and behold, the Watchers is what came up. Now, when I think of the Watchers, somebody could watch that show. I know there was a show called The Watchers at one point, and I'm not sure. I never watched the show, so I don't know what it's about. But I know there are, Watcher spirits mentioned in biblical texts and old spiritual texts as well. But to me, when I hear the Watchers, it is speaking to monitoring spirits. We've spoken about monitoring spirits plenty of times before. And this seems to be the energy that is coming up at this time. I haven't taken any cards out. I haven't done anything. But there are these monitoring spirits, well, the Watchers, they can take on many forms, because they can use people as puppets as well, these energies and these entities, whether conjured or not. Every spirit that's born a spirit, if I may, right? Like everyone has a task, everyone has an assignment, and there are spirits who are specifically assigned the task of watching. And not always for a good reason, right? Because every entity is not of a high vibrational frequency, if that makes sense. And every energy does not understand the balance between the yin and the yang. Some dwell in the dark, and that's kind of where they stay and like choose to dwell for like all eternity and shit. So some of you have people in your family, or you have a friend or somebody close to you that's like always asking questions like that they could seem inappropriate or invasive, but I'm not getting that so much. I'm getting this as just somebody who wants to literally know every single thing that you do. And it's like you can tell that this person, there's something funny about them. There's a discerning about them, because you can like notice them get like angry or like their mood change when you're not open with them, when you're not sharing information, or you're giving minimal information to this person. You can also recognize that these people tend to be very intrigued and overly interested in your drama, your chaos, or when things are not going particularly well or ripe in your life, versus when there's better news or good news and they're like kind of quiet, right? Like these are people who are very loud about your drama, your chaos, your failures, your losses, or anything that can be just causing stagnancy or friction with you. But the minute that you talk about something exciting, something you're passionate about, something you won or accomplished, it's minimal, You ever had oh my God, I remember this woman who used to just tell on herself with me, like, she would just say, like, and unsolicited too, it's like spirit was always exposing her to me. She would just say stuff like, oh yeah, like I saw when you posted that, I saw that y'all was at da 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 da. But I would actively never see her like or interact with my posts. But she would admit that she viewed and saw like what was going on, but that she wouldn't like it or comment or nothing, like, you know what I mean? And I would notice that she would just have information about me that was like, there was no way that she could have got that information unless somebody had told her, which is how I found out that I had sort of like another mole in my little circle at that time. This was years ago, but it's how I found out that both these bitches was not really my friends, and they really didn't like me at all. because she would just know stuff that there's no way in hell she could have known unless somebody told her. You know what I mean? Now, more on the spiritual context, there are ways that you can be finding out that you have a monitoring spirit if it's not so direct as people showing up in your life. Very often you will see critters, right? I say that all the time, especially the nasty ones like cockroaches. If you're not a person who normally will have roaches, right? Like I'm a person, I don't have critters in my house. I don't play that game. Everybody who knows me knows I don't play that game. But because I'm on top of it with like, you know, extermination and proactive. But like if I saw a roach, that's one example, right? Or like if you see a fly when you're not used to having these things around, you may see a rodent, not necessarily in your house, but in pathways as you cross the street. Also, I know people don't often look at this as a sign, but it is. I've learned in my spiritual journey, like stray cats, they're not always good omen. They usually are, but you'll know if the stray cat is a monitoring spirit by its temperament. A lot of times, stray cats can just look like they're ignoring you, or they can be uber friendly. Other times they can be really irate, really mean. They can hiss, they can do something that frightens you or makes you like pause. They can have like this standoff with you, something like that. Or like rodents or rats or anything like that passing you by in very awkward situations and situations where they normally wouldn't be. Those are signs of monitoring spirits. Like it's the entity taking its form, it's the energy taking form, or, you know, if something was conjured for somebody. Some people are very deep into their spirituality. They have servitors, they have, you know, spirits that go and do deeds for them, do work for them, things of that nature. So those are examples of monitoring spirits as well. Deeper spiritually, even with no evidence, right? Let's say there's no animal, no person, no nothing. I'm not here to scare nobody. I'm here to bring awareness, okay? You ever have that feeling where you're like walking home or even in your house or something and you feel like something's watching you, like something's there, like there's like a presence that is not familiar and is often maybe not very scary, but slightly uncomfortable, slightly unsettling? That's a watcher. There's somebody, there's like a monitoring spirit there. Sometimes in the middle of your sleep, you'll wake up out of nowhere, but nothing like fell, nothing, there was no noise, there was no nothing. And you just like wake up suddenly and it's like subconsciously, it's telling you, it's like your higher self telling you something is in the room, something is watching you while you sleep, and not with the best intentions, you know. And the purpose ideally for a monitoring spirit is to report, okay? It's surveillance. It's always surveillance. Sometimes these are just spirits doing their job, just frequenting around, because you may be a person that frequents a lot of low frequency energies. You may be a person who, you know, mixes around, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but like, let's say you're a person who parties a lot, you're out all the time, you're drinking, you're with random people, you're at the bar, you're at this, you're at that. If you're a person who's constantly traveling very late at night, using transportation, using like a boat, a train, going through, passing many crossroads, even passing cemeteries or passing just liminal spaces. You may not realize they're liminal spaces, but they are like dead ends or just areas where there's a lot of trees or something like that. You can be sort of bringing things home with you, especially past a certain hour, if you're not savvy to prayer and how to keep these things away from your house and knowing how to, you know, leave them at the door and not bring them into your home. This is a very common thing, but these things are often sent. Very often watching spirits are sent to you for surveillance because people are jealous of you. They want something. They want to know your every move so that they can stay that step ahead of you and sort of prey on your downfall, you know, or get in the way of something. You know, how many times have you told somebody something and then the shit don't pop off? We've talked about that before with monitoring spirits. That be that energy. That be that hateful ass energy waiting, like looking for every little thing that you do so that they can prey against it and they can take it from you or whatever it is, right? Another way that you can identify if there is a monitoring spirit is like, I think I said it already, but you know, like when people ask you questions and you don't feel like answering those questions, or you feel like this person shouldn't be asking you those questions, and you say like, why do you ask? Like literally just hit them back like, what made you ask me that? And you can see that they either get dismayed, disoriented, or like just completely like lose their train of thought. They don't know what to say next. It's because they really did not give a fuck about what you got going on. They want to know for their own selfish gain, not because they genuinely care, you know. And it's important that you use your discernment, right? Because obviously people have friends that are going to ask them, how's their life, what's going on, what are you up to, etc. But you know, like the difference is usually very clear. Like, yes, period, bitch, as you should, like da 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 da, versus like, oh, well, we'll see. That's interesting. Like, that's what's up. That's the hater bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you just have to know how to read it and then go through this too. Actually, I think men go through this a lot more than we would expect. Men are so competitive, and they're always like trying to get in front of each other on God knows what, and for what? I don't, literally for each other, because they hate women at this point. Most of them, not all of them, but some guys still like us and shit. But yeah, man, there's like monitoring spirits around you, and like I said, for some of you it's just straight spiritual because you just that girl or that guy, and it's straight up on some, the devil wants to get in the way, for lack of better words. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's an opposing force, and as above so below, we have to understand that 9 times out of 10, a lot of the things that a high frequency knows about us as far as our destiny goes, so does the low frequency. They know this. It's a mirror, right? Like, they can often see, and it's kind of like there's this shadow world opposing every path that you could take to your higher self. There's a path that is mirrored to take to a lower frequency, or to essentially keep you stagnant, right? Because that's what the devil energy is in tarot. It's like, often it is a stagnant energy. It does not want you to progress. It does not want you to, like, you know what I mean? It wants you to stay locked in. And that's why people are taught that the unknown is something to be afraid of, because they want to keep you stagnant. It's like the government, society, they've brainwashed us to believe that stagnancy is safe. You know, it's safe here on this level. You shouldn't want more. You shouldn't go out and do anything else. You should just get that 9 to 5 and get your high school diploma and your degree, and, you know, yeah, and just work at that fucking corporate office so you can make the 1% even more exclusive all day. You know what I mean? Like, you never have true autonomy, or, you know, anyway, it's something like that going on. Somebody's definitely trying to, like, keep you at bay, is what I'm hearing. Somebody wants to keep you at bay. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, all of that information is going to be in the description box. Didn't I say as above, so below, and mirrors, and the way, like, your highest path, and then projections. There's like a low, I'm telling you, it's like somebody literally looks for every way to turn your growth and opportunities into an opportunity for them to keep you stuck, or an opportunity for them to break you down. Or this is like, it's a really heavy sabotage, but I feel like you beat this. Cycles and freedom came out. I feel like you've recognized this, or the minute that you do recognize this, yeah, look at this motherfucker. Deception and temptation. Some of you are finding out exactly who it is that's been doing this to you, who's been sending you this energy, who's been keeping you in this energy. Some of you need to do a rompe todo, like a spell breaking. It's like a, what do you call that in English? I have it at the tip of my tongue, and I'm drawing like a blank. You know why? Because the watches. Y'all can't stay here though. Y'all get the fuck out of here. Every time you see too, like if it's in your power, now I'm not encouraging anybody to go out and run over a stray cat, right? Or even kill a rat. I wouldn't even get close to a rat, so it'll never happen unless I had a fucking one of those shits. Somebody could be from Africa, and that's not me being funny. That's just like, or Native American, right? The darts that I got that from Jungle to Jungle. If y'all ever seen Jungle to Jungle, somebody's like Native or African, you have those roots. Because I don't know why I thought about a poisonous dart right now to kill a rat. I would. If I had them, I would. Because I'm never getting close to that shit. But there's something about, don't hurt the animals, y'all. There's something about like if you see a bug, a fly, now the nasty ones, you know, like this is not go kill a butterfly. This is not, you know, go kill a praying mantis or something exotic like that is, you know, an endangered species and shit, or something that people have to learn from or whatever. But you know what I mean, y'all. Like, step on that shit. Like, swat that bitch. Get that newspaper and knock her. And as soon as you kill that hoe, be like, yeah, bitch, thought you had a friend. Like, you know, curse it. Like, curse the damn monitoring spirit is what I'm trying to say. Like, whatever it is that comes out of your mouth, and pray for your protection. Like, no weapons formed against you, period. Fuck is you talking about? Who you talking to? Oh, moving forward. I think that this deception is coming to light, whether through the grapevine, whether through this video, whatever. I'll try to get deeper into it, but it's a cycle that you're breaking free from. And that is, you know, I wish I had the traditional tarot deck in front of me. I don't know where the fuck is at right now, but because I have a million cards and I'm not going through that. But you know, the devil is like a reflection of the Lover's card, except in the Lover's card, the divine counterparts are blissful, they're happy, they're in paradise, and they're being overseen and blessed by an angel. Like, you know, blessed by the divine. Versus in the devil card, they look like they both are still holding hands or whatever, but it's who's that? Baphomet, Lord Baphomet is sitting at the top, and they're on shackles and they're caged and they can't move. They're stuck in this because there's a very strong difference between being free to love and being obsessed and codependent and shackled to somebody's desire. You understand? Like their lust or their toxicity, whatever it is, whatever addiction, and that's, I think a lot of people really don't understand the difference. It's unfortunate, but they don't. And I know that people don't. Once upon a time in my life, I didn't understand the difference. I thought that a toxic nigga was a good thing. I thought, oh my God, he's so obsessed with me and whatever. You know what I mean? And I thought I had to be toxic too. I thought I had to be a bitch who was crashing out and throwing shit and acting crazy for a nigga to love me or know that I love him. But that's not it. It's really not. It should never feel like that. And I feel like this is someone realizing that this is not okay. This is no longer, I'm above this. Like, I don't want to be here. And you've been able to put cracks, you know, in the mirror. Like, it's like you're realizing this isn't real. I'm getting, like, I don't know if y'all seen the movie Divergent, but when she's like in the dream and she realizes like this is not real. It's some matrix-y shit like that. Like, you're realizing this is not, it's just not aligned. It's not destined. You learn the lesson. It's like, okay, I'm done. You know, it's the cycles that you've completed. You know, that change. Remember, I said butterfly. Don't kill the butterflies, y'all. Butterflies are sacred. They're precious, and they die really fast. You don't need to help it die. Please, okay? What happens in this battle? They lost it. I'm telling you. I can't make it up. Look at the two cards that fell out. 5 of Swords and 3 of Swords. Look at the agony. This person, they fucked around and found out. This is somebody who played a game and lost. Like how they lose the game they invented. You know, it's something like that. And I could see this person tried really hard. They went out their way. They may have even paid other people or invested in other people, resources, things like that. This is somebody probably who always had triangulation going on, always had some other shit in the background. But it's like they lost at their own game is what I'm getting. That's They lost at their own game. And now they're going to be, I just noticed that. Oh my gosh. You see that all the pain this woman is in, she's like screaming in fucking anguish, and she's out there deserted in this barren land. Look at all the little crows in the branches, in the tree, watching her suffer. And it's like this person, whoever did all this grimy shit, this undercover shit, whoever was toxic and just wasn't willing to grow, there's your accomplishments and your reward at the bottom. Whoever did that, not only are they about to go through mad shit. Number one, like while your cycles are completing and you're breaking free, I'm getting that this person, the party's just getting started for them. They are about to go through, I don't know if this is dark night of the soul for this person, or just they about to go through some trials and tribulations real bad. They are going to be extremely tormented. That's what this is. The crows all just watching this woman suffer. And they will keep watching her. Like, none of them are coming to her aid. None of them are trying to save her. You see here, like, there was still some trying to communicate with this man. And they bringing the watchers. They're like bringing information back and forth between these two people. Blackbirds could be of significant, crows and ravens in particular. These are birds that can move through realms. They are messengers. Very often they are angels or fallen. But whoever this is, it's like they're forsaken. Because they was grimy. Look at that. I cannot. The storm behind that. Masculine energy, contracts, control. Oh my God, confusion, past. I can't make it up. You see how much of these cards is all behind each other, all fucking horrible ass energy. Like, this person's going to be tormented for some time. How many cards is that? 1, 2. This was the card first. 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Could be 6 years. Which sounds kind of right for somebody who's done this much detriment, who's done this much harm. Could be 6 months, but I'm getting this was a really conniving ass energy, Cycles are not small. It's not a small thing. It's destiny, It's like fated stuff. It's real shit, like karmic lessons, soul lessons, like soul-filled lessons. This is to make or break something, like it's that divine mission. I feel like too, for some of you, this could be a twin flame. Now hear me out. If you was getting beat the fuck up and all of that, that's not your twin. Skip it. But for the very few, because I hate that everybody thinks they have a twin in this lifetime and they just really don't understand what the fuck is going on at all. But for some of you that this was either a deep soul tie, a very important soul lesson, or a twin flame, you guys were supposed to trigger evolution in each other to reach your highest self, and this person wouldn't listen. It's like something is, I don't know, it's like if this person has a harness, they have something that's like they had an extra shackle on them or something. Remember when I talked about the devil card and having the lovers in the shackles? It's like one of you take how it resonates, had more bounding on you, and it has a lot to do with the trauma. Somebody could have got raped really young. Somebody could have like dissociative personalities, or damn, I'm so sorry. Somebody went through a lot when they were really young too. Like, this all happened before they were an adult. But like, it just, it's one of those things that was never addressed, or several things that were never addressed. And it's like, but this person had time now to fix it. Time and time again, they were given the opportunity, especially once they met you, especially if it is a twin flame. It's like the minute that intensity met, but you know, on each side of that mirror, it was supposed to like start, you know, like shaping y'all up. I don't know. Growing hurts, you know, growing pains hurts, even in like mutation, right? Because now I'm seeing like, you know, when the Hulk gets angry, or like when Wolverine shit comes out, or like think of a werewolf, how they have to tear and rip their skin every time to like build up and then shed it again when the moon goes down. That looks painful. Like it's not, you know, it's not no easy shit. It's not that they're not feeling that every single time, you know. So it hurts, but you still have to do it. And I feel like because this person did not choose to elevate, they fought against it. Like they just kept fighting. They kept fighting. 555 could be important. While you was working on yourself, while one of you was doing the work, learning the lessons, mastering it, trying to become better. And it's not to say you were perfect, but you kept choosing integrity. You kept choosing the discipline. You kept choosing the high road. And this person just kept taking it to hell. And every time they took it there, they didn't realize that they was fucking becoming a regular. I swear. And I fucking shuffled him back in, and he was there, the devil. It's like every time this person went to take it to hell and look and probably keep you stagnant, they learn shit. But every time, magician, manipulative, they didn't like, it was like the more they frequented this low energy, this frequency, right? That's what happens. That's how it happens. I'm getting now like an Insidious. If you ever seen that movie, the little boy was an astral projector. And he was a child, so he didn't really understand where he was going or what he was doing. And he didn't have parents who were aware to like educate him and things like that. So he ended up traveling basically, essentially into hell. You know what I mean? The further. And he got trapped there. Like the demon literally like lured him in with toys or whatever and put a shackle on his feet so he couldn't get back to his body. So it's something like that I'm getting with this deceptive energy, whoever these, and thank you, because I'm like, how does that tie into the monitoring? And it's that, it's like, oh, child. Please, okay. I don't have my soundboard close to me because I was about to bong that shit. I'm going to be banging soon. This person frequented so long, they was a regular, right, in the hell spot, and they got so excited to see them every time they was coming, like, you came again, yeah, we about to do this bitch filthy, da 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 da. Whole time, demons are not philanthropists, you know what I mean? They are businessmen. They want something back. I need it. I need that. Somebody looked at them and said, I need that. Right? And well, somebody watches baddies. And then they shackled this person. They like when this nigga thought he was gonna get back up and go, they locked him, copied, and went back upstairs. Not sleeping with the devil. But it's almost like you noticed immediately. That's the monitoring. Like that, it's like you realize like something in this person changed, something in them got really dark, something in them got really spooky, and it's like, and it's because they no longer have the light. There goes that disassociative, somebody took the light from this nigga. Yeah, like, if y'all never seen The Crowded Room on Apple TV, you should see that. It's such a great show. And I don't say that to shame people with multiple personality disorders, but it's a great show. Or like Split, the movie Split, that's also multiple personality disorders. Like he had all those people, those characters, even the beast, and they get dangerous like that because what happens is, like I said, somebody got really hurt really young and they're like, God bless you. When it happens too young, the psyche splits And it starts to create these safety characters. Like they build these people, these personalities based on safety. Like they're trying to feel safe. They're trying, like the brain has processed so much hurt and so much trauma at a young age that they cannot put this into words. They cannot process this way. And then that's when the magic starts to happen. But when you're that young and you don't have the right nurturing, the right leaders, the right therapy, the right anything, you see how they show up when they become adults. So I'm sending love and light to anybody who struggles with that or knows somebody who struggles with that, because that's a serious thing. All mental health is a serious thing. It does not hurt to go and get help from a professional, okay? I'm going to leave y'all with a closing message. Not those ones they said. This was deep. This was deep. Yeah. And look, be drawn to the light and the dark in this envy card. This is no matter what you care about this person. I knew it. That's before I picked that up. You see that says daughter romance? No matter what you care about this person, no matter how deeply you love them or once loved them, or no matter how high your frequency is to understand, right? It's like I just explained everything. You might very well understand what you're looking at, and that might give you empathy. It might even give you sympathy. But this is a dangerous person, okay? And remember that you were breaking free from this. Spirit does not want you to hang around this energy. Once it has become clear as day to you, you need to remove yourself, okay? Because there is a lashing coming to this person. That's the way I could say it, because I could hear like whipping sounds. This person is about to go through a lot, and if you stick around, it's likely that you're going to catch symptoms of that, okay? So be very careful. Do your spiritual work. For those of you, my witchy girls and guys, do your root work. Protect yourself. Do your egg cleanses. Do your baths. Do your stuff. Ciao. Remove them. Remove them immediately, okay? Love, light, and abundance.